Mhm. Oh, I do not have my timer. 1 minute. What did I end my last session at? Let's just take a quick look. All right, there we go. Yeah. So Perry, how you doing? Mhm. Oh, I have a conspiracy theory, and what's that? Okay, cool. Thank you, Muffin. Good to know. Explodes into a million pieces. What's up, Camo? How you doing? Aside from exploding into a million pieces. Network of hidden truths. Chillin'? Nice. Ooh. Oh man, I'm sleepy today. Guy who yogurts. Me, that's me. Holy banger. True. Alright, here we go. We got a geode. Ouch. Devil May what? The guy who invented the best Indian food died today? And who would that be? Geode. Oy. I have no idea who you're talking about, by the way. Unless you're just saying things again. John Cheese Naan. Oh, Tim Curry. Oh wait, I think I heard that name. I literally don't know who that is though. Also, how you doing, Pixel? Groceries, yay! Good thing the groceries are all really cheap and not filled with poison. Yes, this is yes. Yes, yes. There's gotta be a musical artist called No. No? should change my legal name to Gert. I think that'd be a very fitting name for me to have. Honestly, if changing your name wasn't such a hassle and costs money, I would definitely consider actually changing my name. Mhm. 2 more layers on this chunk. Okay. I think I'm having one of those days where every single physical position is uncomfortable. Love it. Whew. Ruby. Okay. Cool. Let's punch this in. This is 323. Chunk number 323. What's the time on this? Late. It is late, thank you. Punch all this in. Cool. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, this is number 324, not 323. Oops. Okay. Cool. Even better. Oh, that's pretty good odds. 3 from 6. Oh, wait, no, it's even more. I think that's a 4 and 1 right there. Wait, I gotta see this. I gotta see how many chickens this is. Because I threw 6 eggs. Wow. Cool. So one of them was a 4 and 1. Okay. Drink some water. Alright. Let's keep it going, shall we? Let's start over here. Oh, where is my timer? Hey. Oh boy. Gotta actually be careful of my shovel. Pick as well, actually. Good. Yeah, it looks like this might be the first time we have to switch out a shovel before we go tool repairing since I started mining Deep Slate. It's kind of crazy. 10.6 star 7K Rice map just got quelled. I don't know who Rice is, but nice. Oh, okay. I mean, personally I find long notes impossible to play. I don't know how people play that stuff. But that's cool. Yeah, I could see how that could work. It's just kind of crazy to me because I feel like at the level I play, long notes are incredibly difficult. Yeah, I feel like it's the like one of the things about Mania I never like got to understand before I stopped playing. I mean, I have very little Mania playtime anyways. I probably don't even have 100 hours. I also haven't played Mania in like 10 years. I think my goal back then was to get a 100 PP play in Mania, and then I stopped as soon as I got it. We got a single 536 PP play. It's over 100 PP past number 2 score. Nice. Surely it's not an Omega farm map, and it's actually very difficult. Speaking of Mania, isn't the PP record literally a Jane Remover song? In like 4 key or something? That's so funny to me. How do you make a Jane Remover song PP record? Oh, 7 key still. Like, does it actually fit, or is it a completely psychotic map? Because I don't know the song, to be fair, but I don't really know how you could do that. I see. That's fun. Honestly, they need to start just putting more terrible maps into World Cup pools. Just like real stinkers. Dude, imagine OWC and Nomad 1 is just aim slop. Actually, DT1, that would be more fitting, I think. I need some 30-second DT aim slop in OWC. Okay, but how funny would it be to have? Because honestly, something like that could literally be a complete coin flip. That's gonna be your true test of consistency right there. How well can you do no retry spam on aim slop? I feel like it could make for some interesting results or interesting upsets. In reality, it's not actually a good idea, but like I think it's a little more interesting than you would think. Want to see an insane skill cap tournament? Yeah? Yes. I mean, be the change you want to see. Make your own tournament that does exactly this. Make Struggle Cup a reality. Or Shred Cup. I don't know, maybe this is controversial or sacrilege to say, but like I personally don't understand why Nomad 1, DT1, and all these things are so rigid. I don't really understand the point of that. I guess maybe it's like a consistency type thing, but if you're gonna practice the map pool anyways, does it need to be in the same like slot format every time? I'm literally planning my own Usu competition. There'll be like anything seen in Usu. Is this something you are willing to share, or are you still like planning it, keeping it on the down low? Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever you feel like sharing. Players are subjected to 25 challenges. Those who complete the challenges win the tournament. I want the winners to be about 5-digit range for the first iteration. Okay, so it's like it's not just about getting the best score on a map. It's also like there's more than one level to challenge here, I guess. I mean, I feel like the riddle thing is kind of like getting medals in Osu, because some of them are just straight up impossible without brute forcing, unless you just look up the answer. Okay. Is it like a first to complete all these challenges, move on to next round, or like first to be all the challenges win type deal? Okay. I mean, that sounds interesting. You just need to make sure that it's actually balanced if you're going to include things that are not just playing maps. Or just make sure that whatever challenges you do pick don't skew too heavily in like one certain subset of players' niche or whatever. Like you don't want too many like reading gimmicks or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's probably why a tournament like this doesn't exist, because this is something you, quite honestly, if you want it to go smoothly and not be super biased, you literally need playtesters. So you might have to try to do an iteration of this, like, privately first. I, like, I think you probably want to get, like, a group of people that you trust to give this a run through first before you try and make it a full tournament. Because also, if you do it with the ideas you had for the tournament and you realize, wait, this is completely unbalanced, then you can tweak it without, like, completely ruining the tournament or anything like that. So yeah, you definitely would want to get some people to play test it first. I mean, OWC does play testing, and that's just literally, like, standard tournament format, you know? I think with something like this, you definitely want to get opinions and game balancing first before going, like, full public with it. Just so that way you don't get angry people. Well, sure, but I mean, like, in this case, like, you really want playtesters, because if things are completely unbalanced, then, like, I feel like it could go worse in a tournament like this than, like, OWC. Or maybe not OWC, but, like, you know, just a regular tournament. So yeah, something to think about. But otherwise, that sounds interesting. I don't see anything inherently wrong with that. I think if you were to do an iteration of this for like high ranking players though, you definitely would need to bring in like multiple high level players for like play testing or just actually giving ideas. Like you would need, because it's kind of hard to know exactly what you would do that. You don't have any top player connections. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of top players, if you just message them, they will most likely respond if they don't have DMs closed. I mean, it highly depends on who you message, of course, but I think in this game, pretty easy to message people for the most part. I think the harder part might just be finding people to actually give enough of their time to help with such a thing that are also high level players. Well, Emmerich might be one of those that's actually pretty hard to contact. I mean, hypothetically, I could just message him right now, but like, I don't, I don't know. America's kind of scary. I mean, he's not, but he's also a little scary. Ah! What's up, Bat? Feel very sore. Only 2 days of my field course left. Are you having fun? Are you having a good time? Is it worth being very sore? It's been quite fun, even if taxing. Wonderful. That's what we want to hear. Had a yellow jacket wasp on my face today. Yeah, that's I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I would like that very much. Turned out it may have been the rare yellow jacket species, so that was cool. Okay. Still don't know if I'd want a wasp on my face, but yeah, I just thought of something bad, but like I feel like this might be a good question to ask someone like you. Is there any animals that you genuinely despise or don't like? No, you can't say humans. You can't say humans. It's cheating. You are cheating the exam. Good answer. It really was. Beautiful. What a cop-out. Imagine getting stung by a woke wasp. Good answer! Good answer! It's up on the board, Steve! Dude, Family Feud is such a funny just thing that exists. I mean, the show itself is not really that funny. It's more just the concept of Steve Harvey's Family Feud. Maybe it's just extra funny to me because, like, my mom would just watch Family Feud at full volume. So I could just hear it wherever I was in the house. Yeah, that's a much more fair and level response. Honestly, I feel like I'm relatively similar. I think I just have a little bit more disdain for certain animals just because, like, I personally just not that I am an animal hater at all. I just I don't know what's the best way to put it. Some animals just make my skin crawl involuntarily, and especially if they're really close to me. It's just very hard for me sometimes to deal with it. I don't like being that way. But I also just don't go outside enough to appreciate other animals nearly as much, probably, as you do. I think that's also a very real thing. And see, that's the thing. Like, I'm not wishing extermination on animals. Like, even the worst of the worst in terms of our interaction with them, I'm generally not going on a tirade saying that we need to kill them all or anything. Honestly, ants, I think, don't freak me out nearly as much as I think they should, compared to other crawlies. Except if I find them, like, in the house or something, then I'm not a fan of ants. But if they're just outside, I don't really care. Honestly, same for basically any animal. If they're not in my apartment or in my living space, I literally do not care. Let them exist. Someone earlier said that the only good wasp is a dead wasp. I asked them for their reason for their disdain, and it largely stemmed from the fact they're hard to kill. That's a crazy... That's a crazy response. Like, okay, saying you don't like wasps is one thing, Saying that you want them all dead is another, but then the reason that you want them dead is because they're hard to kill? That doesn't even... What does that even mean? Yeah, yeah, I think I'm in the same page. For me, I mean, it's not ants specifically, it's most animals where I'm like, if you're hanging right above my head while I'm sitting at my computer, I'm not gonna be liking you in that moment. But if you're just outside chilling, I don't care, man. Do your thing. I really do wonder, though, what's the overlap on someone who believes, like, killing an entire species of bugs is fine, uh, like, neo-Nazis and stuff like that? Like, what kind of Venn diagram are we looking at here? Are we talking, like, perfect circle here, or is there something else going on? Are wasp Nazis? I mean, maybe someone's empathy on animals could be a good indicator as to their overall ethics. I don't know if it's one-to-one necessarily, because a lot of people do believe that human beings are better or more important or just like not even animals, which doesn't make any sense. You're telling me there's a Hitler beetle? That's kind of crazy, because, like, I don't remember the Hitler beetle making music at all. I don't think not considering beetles makes you a bad person. Now, if you said, anytime I think about beetles, I think about wanting to mass exterminate them, then you might be a bad person. He apparently wrote a letter sending the biologist of gratitude. So wait, this beetle was named after Hitler while he was alive? Oh my goodness. It was before all the shenanigans. Do we want to call what Hitler did shenanigans? What a real hooligan he was. I get what you mean, but that's just funny. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I really did not know that, or if I did, I completely forgot. That's awesome. Boys will be boys. I mean, are we sure he was a boy? You never know, you never know. Or like boys will be bugs. Hmm. Much to think about. You know, this is a real question the historians don't want to ever ask because it's too controversial, but would estrogen have fixed Hitler? Would this have helped? I mean, the dude was on every drug anyways, what's one more? I, like, barely know what that is, by the way. I assume that's, like, the trans part of 4chan? For sure Hitler would have been a part of that, though. I literally don't use 4chan. I wouldn't know. I'm actually not... I'm not that brain rotten. Wow, I did not know there was that many Beatles. You know, I was just thinking in my head, like, I feel like 4chan during World War II would have been crazy. Or just like during Nazi Germany, but frankly, it probably wouldn't look that different from probably what it looks like right now. Or just like, I guess Twitter, honestly, I feel like might be more apt. Early 20th century political cartoons and propaganda were like soy jacks of their time. I mean, Uncle Sam, I Want You is literally a soy jack. Let's be for real. What if no worse? The government knows was released in 1776. I feel like there would definitely be a lot more references to King George. Maybe replace, like, Paul Revere with... Or Edward Snowden with Paul Revere or something, I don't know. Okay, but guys, imagine Twitter during Pearl Harbor. I'm like 90% sure I visited Pearl Harbor as a kid. You were at Pearl Harbor and you didn't warn everybody? What is wrong with you? Kind of crazy that Pearl Harbor really was just the 9/11 of the 20th century. And in a lot of ways, our response to Pearl Harbor, not too dissimilar to how we reacted to 9/11 in terms of hysteria. I mean, I think Pearl Harbor was a little bit more like a justified response. Like, we literally got blindsided by it. But also, like, I don't think we were really justified in dropping nukes on people. I don't think that's ever a justifiable thing to do. You know? Crazy thought. Oh no, Japanese internment. Not cool. To say the least. Gotta go on a military ship. Maybe I'm too radicalized. I can't even get excited at the idea of going onto a historical military ship. Or even just a normal military ship. I want nothing to do with the American military, even symbolically. Yeah, I mean, of course. It's a little different when you're 10, and also you weren't 10 in current age. Going onto a military ship automatically drafts you. Oh boy. I mean, they want to raise the, like, military age and also make, signing up for the draft automatic at the end of this year, if I remember correctly. So that much to think about. Wonder if they'll put 2-year-olds in the military. Dude, if they could, they would. If they feel like they would not lose any votes from it. Yeah, they literally do not care about babies the moment they leave the womb. If you're a fetus, they love you. The moment you're born, you're on your own. Just saw someone say the name Hurricane. I mean, he literally was in this stream chat today. He's here sometimes. I don't really see what's the shocking thing here. Is he? Yeah, like people know of them. Famous is a very specific word. Thankfully, a lot of this obsidian is not in this chunk this time around. Yeah, I think that's all the lava. Oh, okay. There we go. Does infamous always have a negative connotation? I mean, I've never really thought about it, so... I also just don't use the word infamous very much. So yeah, I think if we're using infamous in that way, I don't think that would apply to you, Pat, unless you were withholding something from us that we should know. That doesn't all account for playing. Yeah, there's probably quite a few mappers who have a playing account, let's be real. I'm infamous because one random Russian told me I'm killing Osu. Dude, that's crazy. Some dude took one look at Grimace and was like, nope, that's it for me. This is my red line. Meanwhile, the literal virus pandemic COVID-19 level apocalypse of aim slop that has hit the rank section in the last 2 years. Not killing us. I'm pretty sure if I came back to Osu to start completing maps and I tried playing all the aim slot maps, I would actually get hantavirus. Because it gets play count and PP and catering to the lowest common denominator. And it's also just like a mapping trend. Follow the leader type deal where just like, oh, this worked for this mapper, let me do it too. And then a lot of these mappers collude to making their own map sets together. And then they just keep the trend going. I mean, I'm not opposed to the Nightcore part of it. It's really the cut version that's kind of the problem. Maybe aggressive cuts of songs should just not be allowed anymore. Like, taking a song that's like 3 minutes long and turning it into less than a minute long is kind of crazy work. Like, plenty of really short songs exist. Well, clearly it hasn't, because it hasn't stopped these maps from polluting the rank section. I mean, in a case like that, though, Pixel, that probably shouldn't be ranked either, just because, like, that probably just wouldn't be a good experience to play. I'm gonna be for real, I don't really know what dark ambient is just from that term alone. Well, sure, mapping that way is fun, but that probably shouldn't be ranked, you know what I mean? Because that's what we're talking about. Honestly, at this point, though, I think my opinion on like PP abuse maps at this point is kind of like just whatever. Like I'm so removed from caring about PP at this point. Like I'm just like, sure, let people destroy the PP system. Why not? It doesn't really mean anything anymore, anyways. I mean, it kind of never has, but now it really doesn't mean anything. I mean, the thing is that we literally got like a 2K PP play and then like a 2.6K PP play. And then it got nerfed down to 2K. And it's just like, what is it? What do any of these numbers even mean anymore, you know? Like at some point, it would just make more sense to compare plays just by star rating at that point. 2.6K doesn't count for the most obvious reasoning. What, because he's Russian? I don't know, Pixel. I'm gonna be for real. I just don't think thinking that at this point is fruitful. I mean, I was thinking more along the lines of, with all the accusations, I feel like there would have been more concrete proof. I mean, certainly you shouldn't be using performance points as a measure of difficulty anyways. Considering the fact that abuse maps exist and a lot of stuff that's at the highest end is always going to be overweighted. I don't disagree, Pixel, but frankly, I think it's just better to not accuse someone of cheating if you don't actually have proof for it at this point. Especially someone who reached #1. Barely cares about length. That is a complete lie. Length matters a lot. Like, length bonus has literally been a problem that has plagued the performance point system for a decade. Save me in question. I mean, yeah. Long maps literally just are worth more than they should be. That's true, Bat. It's a plague. But yeah, I definitely think a better way to look at plays is to actually look at the plays and the maps themselves, not the numbers associated with them. I mean, the numbers can be helpful to give you a guide as to how difficult it is, but you gotta actually look at the play to know. Nope. Union and Because Maybe are definitely not underrated, especially not because of length. They are, in fact, like, overrated because of length. They could be underrated for different reasons, or like underweighted, but length is absolutely not the reason. Like, it's not even a matter of opinion. That's literally just how PP works. Like, there is a length bonus. Speaking of performance points, I still think about that one version of PP that Zexar wanted to push out. That would have made me the literal most overranked player in OC history. Like, it literally would have took me from rank, like, 5,000 to rank 200. It was actually such an insane idea. I think, essentially, the idea was to uncap bonus PP entirely. Or something to that effect. Basically making it that, like, completion actually really matters to performance points. So I literally would have gone from rank like 5,000 to 200 and became the most overranked player in history. Because I think that was at the point when I had the most clears. Or at least was on my way to. I don't really know what bonus PP is capped at now, but it's not a super high number. And you cap out pretty fast. $413? Okay. I know that they changed the number at some point, so I couldn't remember what it was. Or maybe they didn't change the number, but they changed how quickly you get to that number. That might be what they changed. Because it used to take literally like 10,000 plus plays to reach the final few numbers. But I think maybe now it's like 1,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 416, if they haven't changed it, is still what it would be at then. Because I do remember it being at 416.67 or something to that effect. Thoughts on CSR? I think CSR as a concept is cool. I think in terms of high PP plays, it's kind of made everything feel just that more disconnected. But I don't think it was entirely a bad idea. CSR doesn't really matter that much if you're playing for FCs, though. I mean, it doesn't really matter at all, actually, if you're playing for FC. And you still get punished pretty heavily for missing. Not as heavily as you used to, though. I think the thing I like about it is that if you do miss, you don't lose like literally everything. Especially if you miss like directly in the middle. But I don't know, I don't play for PP enough for it to really matter. Like CSR came out by the time that like PP for me was kind of just like not a thing I played for at all. So I don't know, I'm not gonna have super strong opinions on it, I think, compared to most people. Well, 1 to 2 misses are fine for people, because if they can get enough PP from a play, they won't care to fix it. I wouldn't say for the majority of people that it changes nothing. CSR came out and aim players still complain that speed is overrated. That doesn't even make sense though, because CSR doesn't have anything to do with speed. Nah, I think CSR definitely changed things. It's just, it doesn't apply to you, so that might be why you don't see it that way. I mean, I'll say this, because of CSR, I got my, I got a new top play in 2026. A play that definitely would not have been my top PP play if CSR didn't exist. Although it did change with rework, so it's not my top anymore, but... CSR is very interesting like that. I think there's quite a number of players these days that get into Osu and go down the pipeline of just skill cap pushing constantly, Or just playing for mechanics, as they would probably put it. So I think you'd be very surprised, especially in the lower ranks, like 6-digit, 5-digit, how many players have really crazy looking tops that CSR provides. Yeah, you can actually get PP from passes now. At least if you're pushing that hard. I don't know, I don't think it's entirely a bad thing. But it does fundamentally change incentives for players. Like if you played the way that players play currently with how CSR works, but you did this in 2016, everyone would think that you're a complete moron. I saw a low 5-digit and their entire top plays were like B rank 9 stars, 260 BPM, try to be kind of aura. I would only agree if the maps are not like the farmiest of farm maps, like no aim slop, no speed slop. They gotta be like actual real maps. Otherwise, that's just kind of the expected result from CSR. Oh shoot, I did not look at the time. I actually gotta end stream here in just a moment. I'm gonna finish this double layer and then I'm gonna end stream, but it's really late for me. And then we'll finish the rest of this chunk tomorrow night. Oy. Yeah, this chicken is actually griefing me right now. Alright. We'll pause there. I do gotta get to bed so I can go work another shift at the long shift factory tomorrow. But I'll be back same start time, same end time tomorrow. Good night. Goodbye. I'll see you guys then.